All right. Hi, everybody. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. We are live. All right. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me know. Just type it in the comment section if you can hear me. And let's get this show started. I'm so excited. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hey, Atsu. Good to see you. I think Atsu was the first person to get here. Hey, Namudu. Thank you so much for sharing on Twitter. Gab J, Ron T. Hey, Joseph. Selassie Joachim. Selassie Ja. Ojoba, thank you for coming. It's a gut thing. Thank you for coming up. Hey, Dare. Hey, Itimi Tang. I hope I got that right. Good to see everybody here. And who else? Nweke Juliet. Good to have you here as well. Hey, Jobson. Excited to have all of you here. So if you know someone who's meant to be here, who's not here right now, tell them that we have started and they should be here right now. This is going to be quite fast paced as we have a ton of things to cover. However, I also would be as slow as possible so that you can hear me properly. Hey, Engineer Banks, good evening to you. Good evening, everybody. Hey, Adebola. Um, Hey, Mr. Frank. Hey, Johnny. Good to have all of you here. So we're going to keep posting it in the group so that everybody who's not here now, they can quickly join us so that they are not missing out on anything. And I'm super pumped to share with you all that I can within the next 1 hour, 30 minutes. Now, there's going to be some time for question and answers. If you check through the comment section, I just posted a link there. Looks like this. So you might want to click on that link. So you could just, if you have pre-thought questions, you can write those questions down, and I'll be right here to answer those questions for you as well. Hey, Chuki Maker, good to have you here as well. Hey, Joshua, good to have you here as well. And we are going to start right away. We apologize for the 4 minutes that we took your time, some technical delays. Wanted to ensure that everything was smooth so that there'll be no issues as we proceed. There's 20 of you here right now, and there's more to join us. We have over, half 1,000 people join us and sign on the registration link. It's exciting to share with you guys what I've been working on, and this is going to be arguably a good use of your time. If you know me very well, I like to dish out value. And if this is the first time you're encountering me as well, get ready to have your minds blown. My name is Dave, and just a quick introduction of who I am. I am an entrepreneur, and I'm also the founder of a platform called Cube Learn, and also a platform called Uris. We are typically a tech company, but beyond that, I cut my teeth in the media as a journalist, and I was a journalist for a whole decade, worked with a couple of organizations, and that has brought me here. Right, as an entrepreneur, I have tasted and I've seen the diverse ways with which business can be run in Nigeria and across the world as well. And I'm going to be sharing from some of that knowledge that I have gleaned of, particularly this revolution that we are in right now, this new wave of productivity that we're on right now. So also for you to be able to type in, you might have to click on the follow button and just follow us so that you'll be able to type in the comment section. I'm going to be quick with the introduction. So my name is Dave, and if you can check out my profiles on social media to get a bit of information as to who I am really, Dave Abada across all social media platforms, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. It's Dave Obada, right? That's Dave, Dave. Even though we know that there are some fake profiles these days, I would encourage you to just follow on just one, Dave Obada. My profile is the same everywhere, the same profile picture, except on YouTube. We're going to change this after this webinar. So I'm excited to have you here. You have joined the maximizing AI for improved productivity and income. And I know many of you here, you're on diverse levels of learning. Some of you have been exposed to what AI is. Some of you have just heard it in passing, right? If you have been exposed to what AI is, I want to type it in the comment area so I know how many who I'm dealing with. If you've never heard anything about AI, and the vast majority of you have never made anything from leveraging on AI. So AI for short is AI, and it's the full meaning of what AI is artificial intelligence. It's basic, but I don't want to assume that everybody knows what I'm talking about. So I'll try to, as much as possible, break it down, but as much as possible, also carry us along, depending on what learning curve you're on this journey. I'm pretty certain that everybody at some point must have heard about what AI is, right? You've seen it on social media, everybody's talking about it. And for the first time in the world, it's gone mainstream. There are four critical areas to every move. There's what we call the expansion move, right? First, it's hidden, not everybody can access it. Then we move to what we know as the expansion move. Now, a lot of people can now begin to access that infrastructure, right? But we move from expansion, then we get to the peak of that move. It always happens, called an economic cycle, right? And then, so from expansion, we move to peak, and then we have what we know as contraction. Even in typical economic cycles, financial cycles, this always happens, right? So it's expansion, right? Then we get to peak, contraction, and then what we call it true, and then back again to expansion. So it's the same thing happening right now with ChatGPT. We are in the expansion level, right? Or AI generally, we are in what we call the expansion level. But how did we get here? So we're going to take us through. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Someone is complaining about the quality of the voice. Can you hear me clearly now? Thank you so much, Namudi, for that. Can you hear me? Is it better now? Is it better? Perfect. I just adjusted, I think. I just adjusted that. So we are in what we know as the expansion level. And it's exciting to see what has become. The opportunities here are crazy. And we're going to run through some of them, even as we're here, today, right? And okay, thank you so much for that. If you notice any other observation as well, thankfully, I'm onto a broadband that is pretty good. So we should have no issues with the network quality at all. We are running at about almost 100 Mbps, so that's pretty good. So now I've been studying this entire industry for the last 1 year since its inception. November 2022, the world forever changed with the introduction to what we know as ChatGPT. A lot of you still don't know what that is, but don't worry, it's okay. It doesn't matter what level you are in your learning curve, there's something for you to get and to glean from, right? So we know what we know as ChatGPT. Essentially, it's the generative pre-trained transformer platform, right? ChatGPT. We're going to run through all of this. It's not going to be as theoretical as you think. We're going to run through some of these concepts and go on screen as I take you through this journey, right? Because you must make money using AI. That's the essence of all of this, right? So we've come from far. And then November 22, we had that by Sam Altman. He designed the platform known as OpenAI. And that has ushered us into unprecedented growth, right? The very fact that AI works is the fact that we are here right now, right? We wanted to ensure that as much as possible, we leverage on AI to bring us to this very place. So some of you had seen the digital ads, some of you had seen the emails, some of you have seen some sort of content or the other. And to a certain degree, most of these things were generated using AI. So if you're doubting if AI works, the very fact that you're here right now is proof that AI does work. But how do we now convert this into income, right? That's the $1 million question, right? But we want to go back a bit into history as to how money really is made, right? A lot of us here right now, we work 9 to 5 jobs, or some of us work 5 to 9. I remember back then when I was working in radio, you're working 9 to 5. I was working 5 to 9 because we have to be in the office as early as 6 a.m. You have to leave your house by 5 a.m., right? So I work that entire span, right? And at the end of the day, I'm so exhausted. And you repeat that cycle over and again, until I woke up one day and said, I can't do this thing again. This is not sustainable. For how long will I continue like this? And I began to seek and understand the flow of how money works, right? And I've done a ton of things. Trust me, I've done a ton of things. I've experimented through a variety of models. And if you watch my YouTube video, I've shared some of the things that I have also done. Darati says, will there be, of course, there will be a recorded version of this. However, that recorded version will not be free because we're going to be dropping a lot of nuggets and a lot of tools. So I highly encourage you to be here and others as well that you can reach out to. All right. So now the idea of how money is made, the world essentially is transactional. Money is made when value is exchanged in whatever context, whether value, emotional value, whether, economic value, whatever the case is. Money is made and value is exchanged. Now, the whole AI idea is not mystical. A lot of us have, approached the idea of artificial intelligence as though some sort of mystical, very complex phenomenon. It really isn't. And I'll demystify and break down some of these things for you so that you see how easy it is for you to implement and improve the quality of your life. AI has made my life so easy, right? Before now, right, things were significantly tougher. So the thing that I'm doing right now, which I'll share with you as well, that would have taken me an hour, 2, 3 hours, in 2, 3 minutes, I am done with these things, right? If some of you have seen my content on social media, right now, some of the ideas for this content creation comes from AI, just one version of it, the generative AI. And guess what? It's even crazy what's coming next. If you think ChatGPT is great, then you want to learn about what we know as Auto GPT, right? The potentials are scary, right? They are mind-blowing scary. And you might want to, slow down a little bit on that. Okay, but I'm going to be taking you from the journey. Now, when from time beginning, when money began to become money, there was not always money, of course, right from the story of the Garden of Eden and all whatnot, right? We see how the first point of wealth were those who owned land, right? People typically who owned land were known as the landlords, and they had, for that economic move or that economic wave, those who owned the most land, kings and all whatnot, were crowned the wealthy guys of that generation, right? And then we moved from that era and we moved into what we know as the agricultural and real estate era. People began to now activate value from those lands in forms of real estate or agriculture, right? And then that era lasted for a bit, lasted for 1,000 years or more. And then we moved into the next era. The next era ushered us into what we know as the industrial age. Now, upon this industrial age, people now began to improve on the quality of what they were doing. So now implements began to come out to the market. So before now, 100 farmers will have to work on a parcel of land to produce a certain result. But now, with the industries coming into the picture, those hard labors were not necessarily needed anymore. So simple tools are as oxes and camels and all whatnot began to be used to plow the fields, right? As we began to build implements. Then we moved from that into steel industrialization, where people began to create industries, creating a whole new expansion. At the peak of that era, right, we saw a troop of people going into the economies and people were making money, but those who made the most monies were those who positioned early enough, right? And then we moved from that industrial era into what we know as the information age. I think that was around 1993 all the way down to 2008. We entered into what we know as the information age, right? Then we moved into the information technology age, right? And that era saw us expose ourselves to what we also would know as the permissionless internet, where people could typically create pages and you could glean information of those pages, but you could not interact with them. And a few years down the line, 2008, I think at 2007, 2008 was when the iPhone came into inception. And Steve Jobs significantly changed the entire sphere of how things were done. And we saw a new era coming to the picture, which is known as the industrial collaborative, the informative technology collaborative age, with the unveiling of what we know as the App Store and the Google Store. Now, these stores typically saw us create value on a different spectrum because now it was permissioned, but it was also co-owned. So Apple owns the App Store and the iOS operating system, but they don't own the apps on those platforms. And for the first time, we got exposed to what we know as rev share. And many people have made monies off each of these moves. The question now is, why haven't you? Remember, I was still ask my parents, that why didn't you guys buy Bitcoin? In 2009, $1 could have gotten you up to 100 Bitcoins. Why didn't you buy it, right? Because there was an information gap that they didn't know. And some of them invested in land, invested in some businesses, some of them invested in stocks. I don't know if you guys remember the stock era where people were buying stocks like crazy. The banks were offering stocks. And today, those stocks are worth almost nothing, if they're worth anything at all. But the world is consistently evolving, right? So from that era, we moved into the fast-paced Web 2, and now we're exposed to Web 3. And the Web 3 era that we are on now has even unveiled us much more that we cannot even talk about in this particular webinar. But now we are seeing the advancement of AI, artificial intelligence. November, this has been in the works. Now, don't be mistaken. AI has always existed. It's not like it was, I mean, ChatGPT, they've always existed in a different version. So whenever I say, hey Siri, right, that is AI responding to me. That was voice assisted AI. Yeah, every time you go on Google search, that was a form of AI. So you've always had AI, but for the first time, you are now part of those who are engineering the process. And the utilities to which this AI can be used for are crazy, absolutely mind blowing. I remember the first time I used ChatGPT, it was like my productivity was on steroids. I was blown away by what I could do in 30 minutes. I had literally done a week's worth of work in 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, one whole week's worth of work. It was like I was Superman, like Clark Kent. I was wondering, I mean, how and that was a version, I think it was a GPT-2 or GPT-3, I can't even remember. And I began to sit down and say, you know what? If this is the new wave, your job, David, is to position for what's coming next. I always would share this on this narrative that when everybody's looking for gold, don't necessarily join them alone. I mean, by all means, create the systems to also look for the gold, but you will succeed much more when you create the implement or the tools that people use in this their gold search. So in the gold era, during what we know as the gold rush, those who made the most monies were not those who actually found the gold because that was a saturated market. It was those who were selling the shovels. It was those who were selling water, who were selling real estate around the areas where these gold, rushes were typically going to be flown into. And these guys made a killing. And you must attempt to ensure that in any area or any trend or every wave that you see, don't ignore it. A lot of us like to let the things pass over our heads. That's one of the reasons why we're doing this. We typically let these things pass over our heads. You've heard of AI. We haven't let it sink in just yet. You're letting this be just another passing fad, and you feel like this is not for me. But hey, you would 10x your productivity with effective information if you know how to use this thing very well, right? And we've put together something really amazing for you. Listen, this webinar is only 2 hours, just 2 hours. But in this 2 hours, I'm going to try my best to ensure we're still on the introduction, right? Just 20 minutes of time off for the introduction. It's going to last for another 1 hour. And I'm going to break down some of the things and show you some of the things that I personally use to improve my productivity and improve my earnings as well. And then you can take advantage. But there's something much more robust than that. We've put together something really amazing at the Academy for you. And this is just a macro section of that entirety. And if I show you the curriculum of what we've worked on so far in the last couple of months, just to ensure that you take advantage of this thing, even as a third world participant. Listen, even if you are in area Caribbean, you are somewhere in the depth of the ocean, right? As long as you have the internet and you can speak at least one language, even if it is Pidgin or English, you can access opportunities globally. The world has shrunk significantly, and now more than ever, we are a global village, and value is constant across board. If you can be the person to deliver value in the form that is understandable and is excellent across any geopolitical zone, you will make as much money. If you offer local value, you make local money. If you offer global value, you make global money. It's as easy as it is. And in my own, build up, I typically always like to expose myself to foreign pools of liquidity. In other words, I like to expose myself to foreign pools of opportunity. That's why I picked up trading as a skill. That's why I picked up public speaking as a skill, because these skills have no lead. You can earn as much as you want to earn as long as you pay the price to learn and master that steep learning curve. Now, the same thing with AI. AI offers you an unprecedented opportunity to make a living. Listen, if you implement some of the things we're going to be sharing with you, you can make as easy as $1,000 per month. I want to say per week, right? People are making $1,000 off some of the things we're going to be sharing with you. People are making up to $1,000 per day. People are making, so even if you earn $1,000 in what the world knows as a third world nation, you'd be significantly positioned for more. $1,000 is over 750K, about 750K in Nigeria. That can take care of some things as a side income. So people have scaled this up to even $50,000 with very simple ideas, very basic ideas. So in the full course, what we have for you here is how to make money from AI, the introduction, the objectives, the overview, or whatnot. Now, the definition of what AI is, machine learning, applications. How do you start a business that can scale to even up to 100 million naira with AI. Is it possible? Absolutely, right? These are some of the things that we have also done. I'm going to be sharing, with you guys. How do you land what we know as gigs? How do you become a freelancer, right? In any country, like I typically go back and forth Nigeria and Dubai. And in Dubai, we have what we call the freelancer license, right? With that license, leveraging on that location and implementing some of the AI information you're going to get this evening, and if you sign up for the full course, you can make as much as $5,000 per month, right? No matter, it doesn't matter where you are, because the world is now used to a remote sense of working and things, right? So also we have, how do you develop a simple AI app? Listen, guys, this will blow your mind. Now, another platform called Midjourney, which I'll show you all very soon now, they created an infrastructure. One platform known as Lensa. Right now, let me share my screen with you guys. Lensa. There we go. So, a company known as Midjourney created an incredible AI tool. And this platform known as Lensa, right? There we go. This platform, Lensa Photo and Pictures Editor. I mean, I'm sure some of you have seen these photos, across the internet. Let me know if you can see my screen. Some of you have seen this across the internet. And tell you what, this Lensa company, they were just building a simple AI app, right? A simple AI app designed from APIs from Midjourney. And these guys made $1 million in less than a month by just designing a simple AI app. Isn't that crazy? Like, the very fact as well that even ChatGPT itself, it took the internet it's a couple of months to get to 1 million users. You know how many days it took ChatGPT to get to 1 million users? It was only hours. It was only hours. It is crazy. So Lensa created a simple system of what already existed. So instead of them trying to find AI gold, they built a shovel and they made over $1 million in a short while. And they're not the only company that is doing that. There are tons of other companies. And as we proceed, you'll see, I'll share with you guys some of these companies if time permits us to do that, right? So there's also, you can become an educational content creator. The entire scope of work and scheme of work of what we're trying to share with you guys was developed by AI, right? The course outline and all whatnot was developed by AI. I kid you not, right? So AI can be a fantastic research tool. Still on the course, we have, how do you create and publish digital materials, which I'll dive deep into this evening. How do you also make money with financial apps, predictive analytics, and websites? How do you leverage AI in a business startup, right? You can actually build a business from 0 to 100, leveraging significantly on AI tools. There's an AI tool for everything. And even in this one, I'm going to share one of the tools that has a compendium of some of the resources you're going to be needing. So hey, don't go anywhere. We have just about 45 minutes to 1 hour left. I'm going to pack all those things in one. So this is the entire outline for the full course. We have building AI implementation, building chatbots, testing and evaluating AI-based products, monetizing building even your personal brand with AI, from pricing strategies, marketing and promotion of how it can build AI-based products and services, legal considerations, intellectual property protection, scaling up your business, developing strategic partnerships, evaluating financial performances, ethical and social implications of AI, and all this it's an entire robust spectrum. And we have taken a couple of months to dive deep in this and show you what you can also do. So now let's get into the meat of the day. Right, as a microcosm of this entire outlook, we've built this webinar for you to get exposed to what you're missing out on by not leveraging on the power of what artificial intelligence has to offer. Right. So first off, would see the beginning of all beginnings. What ushered us into this revolution? Typically, it's called the generative pre-trained transformer. So let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? We're about to go on a journey. One of the apps I was going to be looking out for is the Midjourney app. So let me know. Can you see my screen, guys? Can you see my screen? All right, so I am now sharing my screen to you all. Thank you, Samuel. Thank you for. I'm sure many of you have heard of ChatGPT already. A lot of you have heard of it already. So I'm not going to spend so much time on that. All right. So also just a quick reminder for those of you who might have questions, I posted this link right here. So you can go through the comments and just click on that link and you can ask your questions from them. I'm going to post it again for those of you who didn't see it. All right. So that link, you can click on that link and then you can check out for you can ask your questions on that link as we proceed. So you don't forget anything, you just pen it down. So as we round off, you can now, typically respond to those questions. So now my screen is being shared, and we are going to go on the first of the applications I want to show you guys, right? So that is typically chat. If you're not on ChatGPT already, you are on a long thing. Now, this is the first, November 22, 2022. Interesting. We had our first exposure to what we know as we engineering the process to how AI typically works. And this platform built by Sam is already worth over $1 billion. In short, predicted within the next 5 years, people are saying, analysts are saying that this company can be worth well into $1 trillion because of what they're doing so far. There is the pro plan, but there's also the free plan. And if you look at my search history, there are a ton of things that I have used AI for in the last couple of months. And I mean, if you're not using AI right now, you're on a long thing. So please, by all means, you might also want to save this up. Now, this is ChatGPT. For those of you who might be new to this idea, this is almost like Google search on steroids. For those of you who don't know what this is, you can literally ask ChatGPT for anything, right? And it will bring up that answer for you as long as you do something we know as the prompt engineering properly. And I'm going to share a bit of how that works here as well for you. So this is one. We're also going to be looking at another platform called Midjourney, right? These are the two most popular, and people are not using these tools as well as they can be using them, right? You just see them in passing and assume that, this is not for me. But I kid you not, there are various ways and models through which you can create value of these two platforms. And you can typically offer that value to somebody else across the world, and you can earn for those, right? So we have here the first iteration called the ChatGPT. There's almost no question I haven't asked it. So now let's start with the basics. Let's ask ChatGPT. How do we make money online? Bam. Right? Oh, okay. So let me restart my network real quick. It does that sometimes, just to restart it. So the first question I'm going to ask it is, or someone could just give us a question to ask it, right? Just any question. I would like for you to be very interactive, right? We're going somewhere with this. I want to show you guys typically how you can use this software to generate some level of revenue. So yeah, let's go. Let me know. Let me have someone ask a question, and then I'll type that question in there so that we are as interactive as possible. Okay. Alrighty. All right, so let me see. How do we make money online? How do we make money online? Right? So this is one of the answers that GPT has given us. And we can listen, I've done crazy things with this tool. As a financial trader that I am, I've also created systems where ChatGPT typically even responded, right? We did so many surveys, right? So first up, it says freelancing. If you have any such skill as writing, graphic designing, programming, or social media management, you can offer these services to clients on freelancing platforms such as Upwork, Fiverr, or Freelancer, right? The truth is, what ChatGPT does is it aggregates information from across the globe and now offers you that on a platter. If you're willing to put in the work, you will also make the monies from these platforms, right? Back then in 2010, 11, 12, I was on a popular platform known as Fiverr. I was doing well on Fiverr. There's a platform in Nigeria known as Nairaland, right? Let me take you there. I don't know how many of you know what Nairaland is. This was our first exposure to social media. If you guys know from way back then, right? My name used to be Denzel Praise, right? Denzel Praise. At the time, I didn't want to use my real name, so I used another moniker. So this was my moniker. This is my page on Neverland at the time. There was no, we didn't have Facebook. I mean, this is 2000. What year? This was like 2014, right? No Twitter. These platforms existed, but we didn't use them as much. Right? This is November 30th, 2014. So I had shared my journey into many importation at the time, right? So this is Neverland, right? And I remember back then, I also shared something on what we know as Fiverr. So I want to look into some of the ideas that ChatGPT has suggested for us, right? Into Fiverr. Now, this is one of the world's foremost freelance platforms, right? If you guys have never seen this, right? Because someone asked a question, perfect. I'm going to respond to that question shortly. It says, what language do I need to learn to become a website developer? That's pretty easy, right? I'm also going to give you guys the bonus. You know how people ask very interesting questions? I'm going to give you guys a bonus website that will help you answer in a very petty way questions that you think people can just Google instead of asking you, right? So this is Fiverr. Remember the very first thing that ChatGPT suggested to us was freelancing. It is still very potent. Even though it is very saturated right now, there's still a ton of ways you can leverage on AI to make money by offering freelancing services, right? And this is Fiverr, right? Some of you, this is your first time of being exposed to this. And then we also have another platform known as Upwork, right? Upwork as well. These were the first platforms in the world that exposed us to remote working, right? Back then in 2014, 2015, I was offering what we know as gigs, right? That I didn't even have to do anything for, to be honest. And then we have Freelancer as well. These are the three platforms that are quite, there are a ton of them right there. Even in Nigeria here, some people have attempted to build some sort of freelance platform, but it just didn't work out as well because the timing was wrong. But now we're going to begin to see, some sort of proliferation into that ecosystem. Now, this is Fiverr, one of the biggest marketplaces in the world. Now, you can become a seller or you can be, there's almost no digital job you will not find on Fiverr, right? I don't want to log in. Yep. From logo design to voiceovers to video explainers to all sorts of jobs that people are just lazy to do themselves. Now, you would say that, but people can do these things themselves now. People know, but people are two things. People don't know how to engineer the prompts to find the answers that you're seeking. And people are also just too lazy. They don't mind paying you an extra $10, $20 just to have you do that. Right? So for instance, now look at this era here. Basic services of editing books or proofreading books. So this guy here says, I will proofread and I will correct your 1,000 word English text within 24 hours. This is a huge joke, right? And this is right here. It is on the top page, right? I will proofread and correct your 1,000 word English text within 24 hours, right? And if you don't know what this 249 means here, let's open that up real quick, right? It means that she's had 249 orders at $10 each, right? In the last month, to just amount 249. And all she's doing is she would proofread and correct a 1,000 word English text within 24 hours. Her name is Steph Dale, right? Now, if you do the math, 249 times 10 should give you about 2,490. And all she's typically proofreading is the text in English, right? Now, the truth is, it's not as easy as it sounds because there are other important things you need to also do, right? As creating what we know as, a personal brand, right? You also have to improve how your searchability essentially. But this is a simple opportunity right here, right now. Then you can start up. This entire platform called Fiverr is filled with all kinds. And look at her average sometimes about 1 hour, and this is the language that she speaks typically, right? And she's been here since since 2020. It takes her a day to deliver this entire thing. Look at this now. I can tell ChatGPT right now. Let's say this is the text somebody wants to proofread. I can take this entire text right now, and I go on ChatGPT, and I post this thing right here, right now, and I tell this tool, which is the very basic form, right? Excuse me, don't worry about this, right? I can tell, please proofread this and structure the grammar to suit a male's profile, right? And then it asks me, please provide me with this, and then boom. Look at this. And ChatGPT goes on to restructure this entire thing. And there I have built a profile of somebody else's generated profile that took me literally less than 30 seconds to build that. Now, there are a ton of people who are doing this across. When we started, I'll tell you what was happening. Before ChatGPT even came into the picture, what we would do is this. We go on a platform known as Freelancer, right? You log into Freelancer, and because of how, can't remember login details, because of how the projects on Freelancer were more expensive, right? So Freelancer typically would pay you 3 times more of what Fiverr was offering. So we'll come on Freelancer here, and we will find an expensive job that is between $30 to $50. Then we take that job and go on Fiverr, and we post that job on Fiverr, and Fiverr will give us the people. Over 100 people can apply to do that same job you saw on Freelancer for 10 times less. About five, I think at the time it was $3 when we started. It was $3 per job on Fiverr. Then they increased to about $5. So I'll take the job from Freelancer and I'll bring it, on Fiverr and get it done in less than a day, and I get paid for that. At the time, we used to use a platform known as Payoneer to receive funding, because of course you know that in Nigeria here you cannot receive funding with PayPal. So we would use Payoneer, and it's still you can still use that today, right? Because that's typically the only payment solution. You can use Payoneer or Stripe, but for using Stripe, you need to essentially be in the US. But we have a walkaway around all of these things because, of course, these things still work. There's almost no service. As you can see right now, we have a whole catalog of AI services that have now been exposed into Fiverr. There are now a ton of applications and services and all whatnot that you can leverage on using AI. And people know that ChatGPT exists. As you can see, people know this, but they just don't care. They don't mind you doing the job for them. This is a whole category on using AI to help people fact check and do all whatnot. And these people are making money. Look at this now. This lady has about 34 orders, and she's under the category AI. And look at this. This is so basic. This is not even properly done. This is so poorly done. Right? We have access to Canva. You can do a way better profile. But this lady, even with all of this, she's generated 34 orders at $15. That is an extra $600 in the bag. If you convert that to Naira, you know how much that is. So if you haven't started to leverage on as basic as this is, right, you can take your time. In the course, we go through a deep dive of how you can really use this freelancing concept to make bank for yourself. Right? There's a whole lot more to share concerning this. Just one second. Let me log into this. Right? And people are making the whole category from logo design to marketing plans to art, right? Which is where we're going to go into next. So ChatGPT typically is Google on steroids. It's even way more than Google because this personalizes your experience And it's a generative pre-trained transformer, meaning that it aggregates information from a certain year to a certain year and gives you that information personalized to suit your prompt, right? So if I ask ChatGPT right now, help me to um, lose weight, help me to lose weight in 2023. That's 2093. In 2023, right? What it would do is it would give me a general idea of typically some things that I can do to lose weight. And this is how most people use ChatGPT. Right? They're just typing whatever code it is that they're looking for. Just type whatever it is in, right? And while that is exciting, there's only so much you can derive from that, right? You need to learn how to engineer your prompt. And one way to step up the game from writing prompts like this to generate effective answers would be to re-engineer the prompt and make it even better. So instead of saying help me to lose weight in 2023, I would rather do this. I would tell ChatGPT that you are a weight loss expert, right? You're a loss expert in Africa, right? And you are to tell me how I will lose 20 pounds or 20 kg, or let's say 10 kg, this kg or 10 kg in 8 weeks without exercising and sticking to a regular diet. I hope it's possible, right? Oh, so internet, we got to do this again. I'm just going to copy this out. This happens quite a number of times, so it doesn't matter. This will happen even if you're doing this, so don't worry about it. The good thing is there's also a point where, so there we go. So don't worry. Now, ChatGPT would now begin to give you even detailed. Of course, you would still respond as a weight loss expert. I can already recommend blah, 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 right? But it now goes into a deep dive, right? Now, portion control comes to the equation. But first, that we didn't have any of that, right? Talks about, some other basic details. The deeper the prompt is, right, the more elaborate the response is. So instead of just asking it what comes to your head, you must sit down and recalibrate those questions and assume that this robot really is, because it's a robot, it's an artificial intelligence robot, is your personal trainer, and you're asking it very detailed questions using your present circumstances. You can even tell it that I presently weigh 70 kg and I'm looking to lose 10 of that. This is my routine. You can even give it your routine, a day-to-day routine, and tell it that make a workout plan out of this, right? And look at that. It is so intelligent that it has worked out something for 8 weeks as I asked it to. And now I have an entire workout plan based on the prompt that I gave it. And it has told me that in week 1, I should take 30 minutes of brisk walk or jogging every day, right? 10 minutes of body weight exercises, push-ups, squats, and all whatnot. Week 3 to 4, this is what I should do, right? Week 5, and look how intelligent it is. It is progressively increasing the time spent in each of these weeks because it knows that your body would get used to working 30 minutes in week 1. Week 2, it says 30 minutes. Week 3, week 5 and 6, it says 40 minutes. Week 7 and 8, it says 45 minutes, right? If I go deeper with my detailing, right, it would even go more, right? It's amazing what can happen. Google cannot do this immediately, right? Because Google is using archive knowledge, but this is using generative knowledge. It's gathering the data together and offering you a customized solution based on your prompt. It's exciting what this is. I mean, imagine, let your mind go on a wild guess. There's so much you can do if only you have the right perspective. Now, as a weight loss expert, this is a solution for me, right? If I have a client, all I need to do is take the client's data, impute it into ChatGPT, and with my knowledge as a weight loss expert, I combine it with the tool, the AI tool I have. I can create an entire weight loss and even a food plan. I can, from this right now, I can create a food plan for the next 1 year using this. These were things that people would typically would pay for, and people still don't know. So imagine you creating this and then creating a weight loss plan and using that weight loss plan as a funnel to bring people into your, if you're a weight loss planner, for instance, right now, imagine you create this tool, right? And then you have a free weight loss guide that you can give to people for free. That becomes what we know as a lead magnet. You give them this lead magnet for free, and these guys, they come into your funnel, and with your expertise, you can now begin to dissect and work with them on a one-on-one basis. So my gym instructor would tell me at the time, I'd unveil this to my gym, what's it called, a gym trainer, right? This guy I work with, who's, my gym trainer, even though I haven't got to the gym for a while right now. And I told him, listen, you can create so much value with ChatGPT. You already have clients. How about you upgrade the level? Normally he would charge, I think, 20,000 naira for, for training for a month. I said, you can upgrade this whole idea right now by including a food plan and a properly documented weight loss plan for your clients. So whenever they come, they're not waiting on you to just tell them XYZ, right? They know that is an exercise routine that they're going to follow through. And for this extra add-on service, you can charge them an extra 20,000 naira. And by just doing that, he got 3 of the people who he was a trainer for to upgrade their plans by an extra 20,000 naira. What did he do more of? Nothing. All he had to do was type in some prompts into ChatGPT. So because it helps us to produce information faster and helps us to aggregate that information and produce it in a way that is easily accessible, we can make much more faster because of the speed of execution. So if you're not leveraging on ChatGPT right now, and this is only one form, tell you what, guys, there's much more. There is the Auto GPT that's coming into play, and Auto GPT is mind blowing. In the course, we go deeper into what Auto GPT typically means, but this is just the basic version, and you can start using this right now to create things like planners, right? And I'll show you how, as we move to the next one. How many minutes do we have more of? We just have about an hour more to go, right? And there's still a whole lot to share. Now, if you go, remember when we went on Fiverr, right? Here on Fiverr, we had what you also see here as AI artists. There's almost nothing you cannot do with AI tools right now. Now look at this. This person here says, I will create and enhance anime art for you using AI and manual editing. They know that you're going to use AI. They don't mind, because there's still the part of your human creativity that comes into play here. Now, this lady here, Urek Art, not even a lady, it's a guy, right? Urek Art, right? He's a level 1 seller, and he's done over 176 orders. He has 5 orders in queue, 5 whole orders in queue. Look at this, right? It says, Urek did a great job and we're good about the blah, 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 blah. Look at all the clients, right? I think it was beyond respectful and considerate and all whatnot, because people, even though they know that these tools exist, they don't quite know how to use them. And this is the most affordable plan he has on his package here. He has a $15 basic plan and moves up to $30 by just using AI. Now, if you multiply this 15, right, as a side income by the over 176 that he's done, how much you get there? Right? So now, how do you do this? It's pretty easy. Some of all these artists see here, they're pretty easy to do. Pretty easy. There are a ton of softwares that you can leverage on to do the same operations. You can see, as we scrolled through a number of people, there's not a single person here who has not offered a gig or who has not offered a freelance service. This is what we know as service arbitrage. There are tons of people here who, look at this guy here, $138, right? If this order here right now, he says, I will create a stunning concept art for you using Midjourney AI or Stable Diffusion, right? These are 2 AI tools. We're going to be looking at one of them shortly. He's in 138 orders, right? And his premium order is $75. $75. And it's going to take him 3 days. Guys, it won't take him even 30 minutes to get this whole thing done, right? And he is a level 5 guy, right? He's done a ton of work. Look at some of the things that he's done here. And you too can do this. Now, the question is how. Now, let me take you to our next platform, right? The knowledge about how to use ChatGPT is not exhaustive. There's a whole lot more which you covered in the course. It's a lot more detailed, right? This is showing you what the opportunities are and helping you expand your mind to see what you can do. Now, if we go on to the next platform, which would be this. This is my profile here. It is called Mid Journey. Look at it here, Mid Journey. Mid Journey is exciting, right? The first time I got exposed to it, right, I was blown away by what I could do. I would never imagine myself an artist, but with Mid Journey, everybody is an artist. I think they should use that for their motto, their logo or slogan. With Mid Journey, everybody is an artist. And look at this. How this works is you can open an account on the platform called Midjourney. Here it is, Midjourney. There's Stable Diffusion, but I recommend Midjourney. This is the AI tool right here. It's called Midjourney. Then you can open a beta account or you can just sign in. So I'm going to sign into my account. So I am on the paid version of this, but there is the better version of this as well, which you don't need to pay for it, but there's a better version, right? I've done a few things with this tool, right? Of this tool, look at one of this. This entire UI design was done by me imputing some prompts, right? By just imputing some prompts, I have done that, right? Remember, this is a very basic exposure to what these things can do. So I'm going to go on the platform. It's called Discord. You need two things to start up. You need the application known as Discord, and you need to create an account, on the Midjourney platform. So here is Discord. This is how crazy my Discord is. And then this is the Midjourney platform, right? You will see a ton of people like that guy right now that you saw that was offering that service. All he had to do is when people meet him to ask him, to design something for them, all he has to do is come here and put in the prompt, and it details whatever it is he wants, to detail as long as the prompt. Look at this. This is a masterpiece. I would not even mind having this as frames on my wall, right? So with this tool right now and generating prompts, the funny thing is you can even use ChatGPT to generate the prompts to impute in Mid-Journey as well. Every second, people are creating, right? There are tons of people here that are creating. Look at this here. Look at the prompt here. This is what you call the prompt. Create a violet, beautiful girl, Asian nationality. So what I'm going to do is someone should type in something we can create. So I'm just typing out of your creativity. Let's see. Let it be that it was you who designed that. Let's see what you can just type in something, anything you want us to create using this platform. Some of you might not be able to access it because it's paid for, but also there's the free version. But I have the upgraded one, so you can typically just use this. So just typing something in the search bar, and I will create something with information you give me. Look at what people are doing here. This is a painting Mona Lisa using her mobile phone. Have you ever seen Mona Lisa using a mobile phone? But this is what AI can do. It has the painting of Mona Lisa with a mobile phone on, right? This is so crazy. A model wearing an asymmetric Balenciaga silk gown, right? Look at this. It can design anything for you, anything. So I'm waiting for you to just, drop something, and I'll put in the prompt, and we will see together how we have created that. Then I'll share you a few ways that you can also leverage an AI. The artistic part of AI, you can create something and begin to even make money off of those things, right? So let's see. There, it's limitless. Look at this. It is limitless. Oh my days! Look at this. A small cat sitting on the window, rain falling gently, room lit by a candle. View from my side and a brush stroke. Look at this, right? So let me see. Don't forget, there's also the link I shared where you can also ask questions. And I see that there are a ton of questions that are coming from there. So we'll answer those questions as we go by, right? So someone says, a student holding a HP laptop. Create a picture of an angel with a sword in hand and a shield. I think I like that one, right? So let's go. This is how you do it. You click on the but here, right? And then you come here to imagine, you type it in, and then this is, as you can see, it is asked for us to write the prompt. So he says, let's see, let me answer this one. Create a picture of an angel with a sword in hand and a shield. Create a picture, or let me just write prompt. An angel with a sword and a shield in hand. This is the prompt, and we're going to ask it right now. So you see this. As I've asked the question, so you see the response. It's going to take about 2 minutes or less. It says an angel with a sword and a shield in hand. I made a bit of a typo there, but it's okay. It says waiting to start. Now there are a lot of people who are generating answers as well, but you see this now. It's already generating what I asked it for. Now we're going to dive deep into this simple font. This is a very basic, right? Look at it. It's generating it. It says an angel with a sword and a shield in hand. It's so easy, right? Each load, gives us a clear image. And would stay there. Others are designing as well, so it's going to take us further down. So we need to stay there. Look at this: an angel with a sword and a shield in hand. And look at what it's done. It's given us 4 variations of the prompt we just typed. And I can assure you that these images don't exist anywhere else. Whenever you put in the prompt, it doesn't generate the same image twice. This unique image right now is generated just for you. An angel with look at this. This looks so nice, right? So it aggregates information from all of the data it has seen of angels around the globe, and it has put that information together, and then it has built or designed this based on the prompts that we put in there. Is this not amazing, right? And we can even edit this and make it even much more detailed. We can ask for other variations of this as well, and it is so cool. An angel with a sword and a shield in hand. Now, how do you make this? How does this make you money, right? This may not make you money, except, of course, if this image. So, by the way, to use the images here, you need to be subscribed to their plan, right? It's not priced. It's about $20 per month or so. But listen, you can frame these images and even sell them. This is the lowest hanging fruit for these artworks. You can frame these images and even sell them, right? And a lot of people have been doing that, and we have platforms that will buy this. This is amazing. It's crazy what this can do, right? And a platform known as Etsy. Some of you already know what Etsy is, but I'm just going to go there, right? Etsy.com. A lot of people have been able to sell art and collectibles on a platform known as Etsy that they generated from ChatGPT. It is crazy, right? All these arts you're seeing right here now, they are so easy to make, right? And you can look at this now. You could typically design something of ChatGPT and selling on Etsy, even as a Nigerian. A lot of Nigerians are selling stuff on Etsy and they're making money. They're just not talking about it. Of course, they don't want that market to be saturated, but you're getting that information here free of charge, right? You can design that art and set up your whole art store. In short, you can build up an entire art business from this. Right? You can go on ChatGPT right now and tell ChatGPT, suggest, so let's start this up again. You can tell if you want to go into art, for instance, selling artworks, you can build a whole brand from ChatGPT. Suggest names for my art store where I sell amazingly crafted digital arts to Africans, right? Look at this. It has given me 10 names: Afri Art, Digital Afric Art, The African Artisan, Pixelated Africa, The Digital Savannah, Artistic Africa. Which one do we go with, guys? Right? African Pixels, Digital Messiah. I think I like Afri Art, right? I think I like Afri Art, right? So yeah, let's see. Which one do we go with? Someone should just let us know. These are 10 names. I mean, imagine you had to think of these things yourself. In less than a minute, this AI gave us different names we could use for our store, right? You can now go into yet another AI tool and design the logo for this, right? And you are already, at least 20% in business, right? In the course, we go through how you can actually build an audience using AI as well, and take you through the different journeys as to how you can build this, right? Marvin says the Afro Africa. Oh, that's pretty nice as well. And imagine you can also typically mix all of these things in different ways and make something out of them. So now let's see what more we can do with this. One simple idea that I've seen people make some money off of, even here in Nigeria, is across Africa essentially. It's so easy to get this same AI tool to build for you from book covers to planner covers to even simple things as stickers, right? Stickers. So anime is there's a community of people who are excited about animes, right? So we can cute, create cute anime at stickers. All right, so I've imputed this prompting. I saw someone do this, and I was blown away by the sheer amount of conversions that they had on their platform. Right, stickers have become a trending. They're so affordable, but it's crazy how much people are doing with just creating simple stickers like this. Just simple stickers like this. Look at this handwritten vinyl, whatever the case is. Look at this person here. 50 custom die cut stickers. Let's go on the store here. Um, all of these stickers are so basic, but then people are making a killing from these stickers, right? There's a data I'm looking for here that I'm hoping I find. Look at all these digital stickers right now. We're going to go back there. Or someone says we should create Morgan Freeman in house attires. I like that. I'm going to put that in Chat GPT shortly. Morgan Freeman in house attires. So cool. Look at all of these stickers right now. All of these things can be done right now in what's it called in Mid Journey, right? From digital planners on all of these planners that people are crazy about. I know a lot of people who are eager to have these kind of planners. You combining making a planner of, so I can tell Chat GPT right now that create a monthly planner for me that helps me stay productive. Right now, I've given this prompt right now to Chat GPT. Once it buffers and gives us a response, right? We can go on to Mid Journey. Oh, where's our cute anime cat? That should be ready by now. Look at this. Remember when I created this? I said create cute anime cat stickers. And look at what it's done. Right now, this whole sticker thing, it's so easy. There's literally almost nothing you cannot do with. I mean, this is just the first thing that came to my mind right now. Imagine what you can create. It doesn't have to be anime cat. It could be whatever black characters or whatever the case is. You can create anything, right? This is the first thing that came to my mind. Imagine what you could create. Just think. I mean, you could create a lady with an afro head. You could create text stickers or whatnot kind of stickers. Now, when you create the design here right now, all you need to do is take this out, and you can either buy a printer or you could take it to a print on demand store. Here in Lagos, Nigeria, there are a couple of them. I don't want to do any free marketing for anybody, but you can Google them up, right? There are companies that you just take this design to, and they'll print this thing for you, and you can begin to even sell them, right? There are very few people people don't know that this thing is so easy to make. They don't know. It's the way you make money is putting yourself in between the ignorance of people and the result that they seek, right? And you charge them a tiny fee for that. You can design these stickers. It would literally cost you less than 5,000 to design all kinds of stickers, right? Well, you can create. You can do this. So let me type in this one of the prompts. Someone says here. It says Morgan Freeman in outside tires. Morgan Freeman in Hausa attire. Let's see what it gives us. I'm excited to see this result. Let us see this. Alrighty. So I need to you always have to put the prompt in front of it. Made a mistake there. There we go. Morgan Freeman in. So while that buffers would see it generate our response for us. I can't wait to see that one. Right? Let's see how that comes out. So yeah, your job is essentially to ensure that you find the diverse ways that people would want to consume some sort of value and give them in that in that format, right? And look at this right now. It's designing. Are you seeing how it's buffering? In less than a minute, we're going to have Morgan Freeman in a house attire, or at least look at this. There goes your art. Do you know that this prompt right now, we can take this out right now and frame this because this image doesn't, it's nowhere. There's no one who looks like this. I mean, we just generated the prompt. You can take this right now, you can frame this up and send it to a print on demand store. And you can actually put this up somewhere on a gallery wall or whatever the case is, or you can even sell this as a rich African ethnic man. You can create almost anything. Look at this. Is this not beautiful? This is crazy. It is not even pixelated. I mean, just look at this. I'm sure Morgan Freeman will wonder if he has a twin in Africa here. Look at this. There's almost nothing we cannot create with this. You were sleeping on a gold mine if you're not leveraging on this. But just even people also could just have because once you pay for the for the what's it called? Once you pay for the pro plan, you typically have access to rights to use these images and even to sell them, right? There are a lot of issues around, but in Africa you can sell these images. You can literally build NFTs out of some of these things and sell them. Even though the NFT market is a bit down right now, but people can do that, right? Even if you want to sell this guy for you frame them and sell them for what, $10, $20, you will make a killing from this, right? This more, I'm going to save this up. I really like this, right? I'm going to save this. I like it. There you go. Right, so this image now generated in less than a minute. Look at what AI can do. And you know what? We're still just scratching the surface of what AI can do, right? So now some of these things, look at how easy it is for us to generate these responses. You go on a platform like Fiverr or Upwork, right? And you can even just type in art. When you create your account, I'm going to show you guys in the course how you can also create an account, right? We have here NFT artists that are charging. Look at this guy here right now. He is charging $45 per hour. He's earned over $100,000 by just being an NFT artist, right? Look at this 2D characters. There's earned over $10,000. There is, listen, of course, there is a level of competition that comes with this, but you can stand out by simple tricks that many typically would do to also stand out. Of course, there are many factors to consider. You're not going to go on these platforms and then you position yourself as someone from Nigeria, right? That's not the right way to go, right? So there's some things you need to know before you create your profile on some of these platforms, and we cover all of those in the course proper. It's about the best AI course you can ever be exposed to. Trust me, right? Now imagine the opportunities here, right? Imagine the opportunities here. This person says, I will professionally edit your book to publishing standards, 817 orders already. I'm more interested in the art side of things. Look at all of these things. Didn't we just generate something in less than a minute? Look at, I will make anime art using powerful custom AI. This is just grammar. This person is just using Midjourney to create these arts, and people are ordering for it, right? And people are ordering for it. It is crazy. Murphy says, nobody should be that. It really is, right? It really is, man. So it's quite exciting what you can do here, from creating stickers to creating journals to creating course outlines, right? Now, for those of you who want to even move into content creation, I want to cover, because of our time, there's only this much we can take, right? There's some of you now that are wondering, does it end in just creating pictures? With what we've done with Midjourney here now, imagine the possibilities. I've saved some of these right now. You can even create websites. Now, listen, for those of you who are solely website creators, what AI is going to do to your jobs is amazing, right? Because the creativity is unmatched, right? So let someone give us an idea for a website, and we're going to create that website right now using both ChatGPT, and we're going to use what's it called, Midjourney as well, to give us the creative dimensions of this website. So let's see, what kind of website can we create? So we create a sports website, right? So we create a food website. We create I don't know. I want you guys to be able to bring in the prompt because amazing. So you see that there's nothing pre-thought. It's what you give us. We're offering, we're just posting it into this AI tool, and it's generating all of this. It is really exciting, right? So let me see. What kind of website should we create? Let's create a website for food. I like food. So let's see. Look at these images, all generated using AI. So let's see. Let's generate a prompt, create a website, UI design. Let's see this. Create a UI design for a healthy, fresh food brand website that is colorful and simple. Now, this is the prompt. Now let's see. Let us see what we can create with this. Right? I like that Gabby says he's really enjoying the webinar. I like it. All right. So we've done this prompt. It says create a UI for our healthy food brand. Now look at it. It's generating. In the beginning, it almost looks like, oh, what the heck is this? This looks horrible. But just wait for it. The brand we're about to create now does not exist anywhere. It doesn't exist anywhere, but we're about to create it, right? Create a UI design for a website. Where is it? Don't run away from us. Look at all these beautiful. I remember the first day I came here, I was here for like almost 2 hours, right? Now look at this. Look how beautiful this is. Look how beautiful this is. This is a website for for a food brand that we just generated right now. For someone like Murphy right now, who is a graphic designer, imagine what you can do with this. Just by imputing the prompting, we already have the framework for an entire website. Right? So let's go back and let it finish generating. It's still slightly pixelated. In a few minutes now, it will be clear, and then we can now look at this. It's done with this. Look at this. Right? Just look at this. Look at what it's done. Is this not beautiful? How many of you would have done this in less than a minute? Now you can take it on Photoshop and even create, something much more permanent. This gives you the flow. So if you have a what's it called? Not a mental block right now, a creative block. This will help you unblock that creativity. It gives you an idea of the things you can follow through on, right? This is crazy. Now let's try a fashion. Someone says let's try a fashion website. Let's see. Deborah Rice says let's try a fashion website. Right? Let's try a fashion website. I'm so excited about this. Let's try a fashion website. So create a fashion website. What kind of clothes, by the way? Let's say a sports clothes. Let's say create a fashion website for sports clothes. Oh no. For females. For females. I don't know. Let's just go with that, right? Create a fashion website for sports clothes for females. Let's see. In less than 3 minutes, we will be done with this website. You have a flow to work with, so you can get to deliver things on a much more excellent, level. Let's see. Where's my prompt? There we go. So it's designing it already. Excuse me. Look at this. It's coming up already. There's almost nothing you cannot type in that it will not generate for you. When I say food website, we just literally designed a healthy food option right now. And then we're doing the next thing for the fashion website. So imagine what you can do with this. You can create stickers. Stickers are arguably one of the easiest to do because there are tons of ways you can create stickers. People use them for their laptops. If you're in school right now, it's an easy way to go. Everybody in school has a laptop. You can begin to create even stickers using emblems from your school and create those emblems in this platform, and you can sell them for even 500 naira. Now look at the website we've designed. Just look at how beautiful this is. Just check this out. This website does not exist anywhere in the world. right? But look at it. Now you have your brand new website done in less than 5 minutes. Of course, this is not the entire website, but we have the flow of work that we can now use to design our website, right? Is this not beautiful? By just imputing some basic prompting, look at the masterpiece that we have here. From the models, these guys don't exist anywhere, right? This is a sports outwear, right? Even if you notice the Nike logo, it's trying to just distort you a little bit because it doesn't want to create the same pace that exists anywhere else. Look at this. I love this, right? So you can use this as a framework. Even if you have a web designer, you can give them this framework and they can literally put these things in Photoshop, re-edit it, and then they can use this data, and then you're on your way. I think there's a platform called Photopea, right? Photopea is really good. It's the online version of Photoshop. So listen, if you're a graphic designer, if you're an artist, get ready. Some of you, if you don't start using AI, AI will cause you to lose clients because now look at, you can design a whole new project from Photopea. You don't even need Photoshop as much anymore, right? Now, Canva showed us what was possible. A lot of people, graphic designers, have lost their jobs, just because Canva came on the scene. Now people are designing their own, what's it called? People are designing their own experiences by themselves, right? Now look at what AI is going to do. It's going to take more jobs from them. Just look how beautiful this site is, right? Just look how beautiful this site is. So this is for you, Deborah. You can take that up and you can use it if you want. You can ask me and I can send the details to you. For all of you who would ask for certain images, I can just forward them to you since they are your prompts, and I'll be glad to share them with you. Now imagine what you can do. You can build a whole brand with this. You can build the whole brand identity with this. There's almost nothing you cannot do. Even logos. We can build a logo right now and you can sell that logo idea to whoever it is you want to sell it to. Right? Now it doesn't end there. It does not end there, right? How do you use AI to start creating content faster, right? How do you use AI to build a whole content strategy, right? There are a ton of ways to do that. And I shared with you guys one of the easy ways to do that on one of my last videos that I shared, right? You want to also check out my social media platforms and follow me on Dave Obada, right? I'm Dave Obada everywhere. So you want to check that and follow me. I do drop a couple of gems, if I do say so myself, every now and then. So you might want to, follow us there to check out what's going on. So how do you use AI to generate content faster? You can impute the content you're trying to build or trying to create on ChatGPT. So I can say right now, I am a thought leader. I'm a thought leader in Africa. My content pillars are faith, tech, and finance. Create a month's content calendar for me. Right? Notice how I am engineering my prompts, right? Now with this right now, a whole what's it called? A whole month's worth of content is being shared right now. This right now, if you are a person who is a social media, what's it called, manager or social media, or whatnot, right? You can check out, look at what this has done here. It has put out a whole month's worth of content for me. From Monday, look at this. I should probably save this up right now, right? And it says, share a personal story about how your faith has impacted your life and career. Post a quote of a verse from the Bible and inspires you, explain why it's meaningful to you. Share an interview with a faith leader. Write a blog post on how blah, blah, blah. Look at what this has done. A whole month's worth of content shared concerning faith, tech, share news. Look at this. You don't have to brainstorm anything anymore. In less than a minute, this has generated for me a whole month's worth of content, right? So you can use this even as a do you know that you can offer this as a service? A lot of people don't know about this. You can go across the social media pages and tell them, hey, I can create for you. I know that you have a content creating blog. I can create for you content for a whole month. Listen, if you reach out to 100 people, there's no way, even if you just sell it for 5K, just 5K, and you decide to sell this to 50 people in a whole month, that's 250K side income that will not even take you an hour to deliver. It is so easy to do this,
because most people don't know about it, right? So you are at an advantage. We go deeper in this in the course, right? Like I told you guys, this is just a 2 hour webinar that it's detailing some part of this. The full course is extensive and it's on our platform called Cubeland, and I'll show you guys some of that, right? And we have a discount for some of you who are going to be signing up, tonight, right? So get ready for that. It's going to be only open. The discount is only for the first 10 people. So get ready for that. But this is just the beginning. Look at what we've done so far. Look at how interesting this is. Look at how exciting this is. In Nigeria, here now, there are less than 1% of the entire population who are using AI actively, right? So imagine the amount of people who are not using it, right? I've created a whole content calendar. You can do that. Now, beyond creating the content flow, you can actually begin to create the content itself. There's one niche on YouTube right now that is blowing up crazy, right? There's a simple niche on YouTube that is crazy. It's the essentially the three niches that people will typically follow through on. So health, wealth, and relationships. Health, wealth, and relationships. Most of the things you're building they're somehow under those three, right? It's health, wealth, most of the content that do well, they're under these three. There's a fourth one, which is entertainment, which is a bit more comical and needs a lot of your personal input. But with AI, you can build content on health, wealth, and relationships without even showing your face on it. And that's why it's important to leverage on AI to build some of these things. So, for instance, right now, do you know that you can use ChatGPT right now to create this is one free advice I'm giving you guys now. So you're lucky you came for this webinar, right? You can use ChatGPT to create the flow of work for a children bedtime story, right? ChatGPT can write the entire frame of work for you, the children bedtime story, right? You write the entire story, right? It can tell it to write a story for children bedtime. I know you say that here in Nigeria doesn't work. You'd be amazed that there is a growing crop of people who are interested in giving their children a superior life, right? And they consider that some way, or one of the ways they can do that. And we still have a middle class in Nigeria who are not poor, who are not rich, but they're aspiring to be, and they can afford some of these things. Even if it's for 5, 10K, you can create that. And then you can go on this platform right now that we're just using Create and tell this and put the prompt in to write to design a children's bedtime storybook. Okay, so let's even just do that straight up. Let's not talk about it. Let's be about it, right? So let me write this. Let me write this properly. A children bedtime storybook cover, right? Now we get ChatGPT to put the prompt in and give it a few details of what it needs to do, right? And then we go on Midjourney and then we create the entire book cover. And then we have created a book in less than an hour. Right, so let's just see. It's generating this. So after that, I'm going to show you guys one more tool, and I'm going to give you guys a what's it called? One platform that has a lot of tools you can check out and begin to use them as well. So for those of you who want to go deeper in this, we have a full course that you can check out. I'm going to show it to you shortly. All right. So this is almost done, right? Of course, this is, a bit, this is very vague, but you can design this and re-engineer the prompt. But look at this. It has designed a cover for me, right? I can get this guy here right now to design the entire story for me, and then I can sell this on different platforms. You see, so your job is to find out where there is a need. Right? In the full course, I showed you guys how you can find out the markets where you can begin to build some of these things for and begin to actually sell them for money. right? It is so easy to do this. Do you know how many products we've created in less than an hour? We've created a ton of, so from planners to calendars to journals to art to stickers to delivering work and servicing for other people. These are some of the opportunities that are here. I'm going to give you guys one more platform. Now, this platform, what it does is it converts speech, just like just like what's it called? Midjourney does, right? Just like what Midjourney does with text to image. This does from text to video. This platform called InVideo can actually design a whole brand advert for you for next to nothing, right? I don't want to go deep into this. We cover a lot of these deeper in the course, right? We can show you how you can create a whole brand identity and start making money from this. You can typically start to make money from selling this advert. So you just create it by putting in simple prompts in, and people can typically, you know how many people are looking for video creators for their platforms or just to do simple videos and all whatnot? This platform can do it for you. And listen, there's yet another untapped area of some of these platforms, right? And I'm going to take that to you. Look at this now. This is one platform, remember? And we're going to look for something here called affiliate programs. People don't even know this. People don't know how this is powerful, right? There's of course, affiliate marketing has been around for a long while. It's been around for a long while, right? Now, these guys are saying that if I refer subscribers to InVideo, I will make money. This is arguably the easiest way to make money from AI, right? These platforms have affiliate links that once you create your own affiliate link and you start sharing the usage of these platforms, right, you will start to make money from the people that actually do pay, right? The payout is 50%. 50% of the order sale amount, right? Look at this. You see all the days here. So imagine if it is costing maybe $10, right? And then, it's costing maybe $100, and then you typically they would pay each person who pays using your link, they typically would get to pay you half of that sum. So if you have like 100 persons, which you can also show you how to drive traffic towards, right? How to drive traffic towards that. You can also get paid using that. There's none of these platforms that don't have affiliate commissions. And there is, as part of our course, we have how you can become an affiliate for some of these platforms and design free content easily using software like this and using that free content and get free traffic and start making as much as $100 monthly from just affiliate commissions alone. Just affiliate commissions alone. It is exciting what can happen here. I'm going to give you one free tool right now. Right now, this tool here, I didn't want to share this, but I just feel like I should share it as well. Right, this free tool right now actually has a lot of the AI tools. This is a bonus tool for me. I'm giving you this for free. Right, of course, this is a free webinar. There's going to be a replay, but the replay is not free. Of course, it's going to be pretty affordable because we've dropped a lot of gems and a lot of values here. But this tool, Future Tools, there are 4 websites like this, but I'm giving you this one. Future Tools collects and organizes all the best AI tools so you too can become Superman. Right, I like that. Listen, from gaming to everything, this is arguably one of the most important tools you can get. Right, Future Tools. It has a list of all the AI tools you can create. This tool helps you to create GPT chatbots from various data sources. This is exciting to watch as well. You see, this chatbot, we covered this in the course in detail. This chatbot creating for business owners here is going to take up because most businesses actually do need a chatbot, but they don't know how to build one. There are AI tools that are already available that can help you to do that, right? So this platform here, we cannot cover because of time. We cannot even cover some of the things that are here again. From voice tools, one of the voice tools that I personally use, I use the Adobe Podcast. Adobe Podcast, right? This tool, I use it a whole lot. So even if I create a video in the market, right? I use this tool here to clean it. even if I create the video that I mean they're beating drums or whatnot, you know what this tool does? This AI tool will take my voice and clone my voice, cleaning the noise and leaving just my clear voice. And you know where I found that tool? Of course, I found it on futuretools.com. So there are a ton of other tools, and we take a deep dive in the course, and we show you guys how to use some of these things, right? Of course, this is very basic, but there's much more, in depth that you can also typically leverage on. So this course can take your time, go through it, take time to see and understand, all whatnot that it entails. So you can build chatbots with this. Listen, it's a money spinner, trust me, right? It's a money spinner. Without knowing how to code or having a degree, we can begin to offer some of these services and start making from here in Nigeria. From building logos to building brands, there is a version of this that may not be as excellent as you expect it to be, but then it still works. There are people that are willing to pay for that. So your job is to ensure that you are the middleman in between the knowledge that they don't have and the results that they seek, and there are tons of them, right? We take you deeper into how, in Nigeria here, typically what most people do is this, and I don't want you to make that mistake. What most people do is this: they build a business, and then excited about that business, then they start to look for the consumers or the customers for that business. That's a wrong way to handle things, right? Typically, what you're meant to do first is to build a retinue of people who would be interested in that thing you're trying to offer, right? By using content creating as a bait to getting them in, and different other kinds of funnel and social engineering practices to get them in. And then with that demographic of people who are now there, you can create value for them, and they pay you for that value, right? And they pay you for that value. So there are a lot of things you can do here with verse makers. We can even, like on verse maker, you can convert text to speech in human voices. There's a lot you can do with this. Now, with these tools, you can create art with Midjourney, and then add some some scripts from ChatGPT. Now convert that script and the art into a video format, and you can post this on YouTube, and then you can start making some money from these things, right? So I don't want to go deep into that because of our time. I think I've covered a whole lot. We have just about 24 minutes. I'm going to use that 24 minutes to respond to some of your questions that you would have, and then we'll round off the conversation, right? This is only so much you could cover. The course is well over 20 hours worth of information for you to digest and begin to apply, even here, from pricing to building the business, building the brand, more tools you can leverage on. And the good thing is this: when the full course launches, and let me show you guys how the course is real quick. For those of you that want to sign up immediately, we have I think it's a 10% discount for those who are going to sign up immediately. I'm going to drop up the link for you guys right now to see that. And then as we round off, I'll show you guys So we have a platform called CubeLearn. CubeLearn, our edtech platform, and it is so exciting. So while this loads, you can go on CubeLearn and you can get access right now. And I think there's a payment link. Victory is here. You could just put that link up in the what's it called, in the comment area as well. So we have a 10% discount for those of you who are going to be interested in it. Now, the full course itself is worth about 150,000. Once we launch it in May, it's coming out May 1st or I think May 2nd or so. Once we launch the course on May 1st or 2nd, that course is going for 150K because of the amount of work we've put into it. We have taken our time to go through every single detail. And the good thing about it is we're going to keep updating the course, and you have access to that course, for life, essentially. And it's just 150K. But for those of you who are interested in getting it right now, it's meant to cost 50,000 only. I mean, less than launch money, to be honest with you. For the value of putting there, if you enjoyed today's session, imagine what we have, right? Right? There's so many implications we can use this for, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a doctor, whether you're an event planner, right? There are a ton of ways that you can leverage on AI to start making money for yourself, right? And from the graphic designer things, listen, even architects, right? Your job is not on the line, but the way technology is evolving, well, you know what we're going to move to? We're going to move from AI to 3D printing. So imagine architects right now, typically you use an AI to generate the idea of the house that you want. Then you use a 3D printing machine to also build the infrastructure right for that house as some sort of prototype. I mean, a lot of people are going to be out of that food chain, right? But of course, we'll still need the experts there. But the basic creative processes involved is going to become easier to create what's in your mind because of these tools. And you don't want to miss out on that. So this course right now here, you can check, you can join the waitlist now for 50,000 naira right now. It's a one-time payment. You can get access to that right now. There are many implications of this, so you can typically leverage on, and you can be part of this revolution. We have a community of people who I typically would lead, and we have more classes every now and then because you really must make some bank out of this. I assure you. You cannot go through this kind of knowledge. And even today, I've shared with you guys a ton of ways that you can leverage on AI to make some things. So you can go on this link right now. Victor, can you post it? On the YouTube page there so people can get access to that. And you can go there right now and you can sign up. Like, look at people here are typically, look at the searches alone for it. It's crazy. We go through a deep dive to show you all of this, that the industry is going to be worth over 422, in the next 5 years. And you must be positioned to take a chunk out of that as well. Okay. So right now it's called the AI Profits Blueprint. And we have strategies that will show you how you can start from pricing to how you earn, how you can position yourself and all whatnot on these platforms. We cover all of those there. And you have the first 10 people who get to pay tonight, typically they get a 10% discount. So even if it's the course itself is 150 once we launch, this is the pre-launch, launches on the 1st of May. The launch is going to be 150K, but for today, it is 50,000. But for the first 10 people who are paying, there is a 10% discount, meaning that they get to pay 45K right now as they launch. So you can go there and check it out and do your due diligence and all whatnot. But it's going to be really exciting. I and some other tutors are on board to show you how you guys can leverage on AI. There's a lot more ways, juicy ways. You see, when we say 50K, we're not joking. Right? There are tons of ways, and in the next 12 months, you can typically generate this amount of money if you do what we're telling you to do. These people who you see already doing it, they're not ghosts, they're people. And we can show you how you too can leverage on this AI to start earning something significant for yourself. From the art side of things to the content creation side of things, you can create multiple channels, right? Right, multiple channels with this AI there. What I've done tonight is just typically to position your mind to see what's possible, right? There is a whole lot that is possible with this whole AI spectrum. There are a ton of things you can do with AI, and we have only barely scratched the surface, right? So you have questions? Let me see what questions we have. Let me close some of these pages right now. I hope you enjoyed the session. Hope you guys had fun. All right. Let me close this up. All right. So you got questions? I don't want to close these images up. So for those of you who prompted these images, I'm going to all right, look at people's some of the comments here says, oh nice. So how does it help a pastor? Oh, ton of ways. I'm particularly interested in you sharing more of that. Ton of ways, man. Listen, have you used AI to study the Bible before? Boom, mind blown. The data you're going to generate by just using ChatGPT. Listen, as a pastor, your core responsibility is not only in sharing value, it's how you position to receiving from that. You can only give what you have, essentially. So what I've used ChatGPT for is to help me to expand my archives, my reservoir of knowledge concerning the Bible, because it's so easy to search for data and see this data even in in pictorial forms as well, right? I have a friend of mine who does specifically Christian art, so things like the Alpha Omega, and he's trying to typically position for that market by creating these arts for the Christian community, and he can sell those arts for money as well. So as a pastor, your core responsibility as a pastor is shepherding the flock. So you can use AI to study. There's a platform called openbible.io for pastors and Christians, for Christians generally, to be honest. Openbible.info. It's a great tool you can use for your studies as a pastor. Look at this. From Bible geocoding, it shows you, all kinds of things, from references. It can show you Bible stories and all whatnot. It's really exciting. You can use this for a lot of things. So take your time to go through that. But also, as a pastor, you can write books with AI. AI can become your ghostwriter. You can engineer the entire process of you writing, documenting your thoughts. You can use it for content creation. There are a whole lot of things you can leverage on AI for. But we go deep dive into this, in the course and all whatnot. So hey, thank you guys for joining. I'm super excited you joined. Thank you. Some of you say, "Oh, let's go back to some of the comments." I see some comments from It's a God Thing and a couple of other people here. Well, let us go there and see. All right, so basically, I'm having so many ideas right now. Mine has been opened. I'm so excited for that as well. Someone here in Wicked Juliet says, "I'm telling you, I heard of this ChatGPT bot. I didn't know I can use it to earn money. Now ideas are already flowing in. I'm glad. That's the idea of this. The idea is to open you up to seeing how you too can position and earn using this AI tool, right? Really enjoy this webinar, right? If you think you enjoy the webinar, you should check out what we've done so far with the course, right? So we also talk about prompting in the course as well, and text to voice and creating YouTube videos. We cover that in a whole chapter of the entire thing. I show you step by step how you can do that during the course as well, how you can create YouTube channels and all that. Now, listen, there are a ton of YouTube channels that are making a lot of money. Let's go on YouTube right now. There are a ton of voiceless channels that are making a lot of money from this thing. What's it called? They call them. Look at this. Look at this now. Lo-fi Christian music. I listen to this a whole lot. Things like this, right? Look at this right now. It's generated using AI, right? This is so easy to do. All you have to do is get this image on Midjourney. Look at how many views these guys have. They have well over 495K views, right? This is sort of tiny niche, but people are capitalizing on that heavily. This person has over 66,000 followers and is generating well over $20,000 per year just posting sounds, right? I personally use Epidemic Sound, right, for some of my sound. So there are royalty-free music that I can use. Also some level of AI generating is done there. There are also tools you can leverage on using AI, right? These videos are typically faceless videos. You can create a whole lot of faceless explainer videos, prompt engineering, Speechify. There's a platform called Speechify, for instance, right? Speechify is one of the very basic platforms that you can create text to speech for free, right? Speechify. You can create the scripts using ChatGPT, come on Speechify here, and then you can use different people. Look at Snoop Dogg's voice. Right? I don't know if you guys heard that. I just played Snoop Dogg's voice right now. Right? I'm not sure you could have heard it. But yeah, look at this. You can use this tool right now to create a narrator experience, right? Even there's a niche as well on YouTube called the ASMR niche. ASMR faceless videos, right? This is a whole niche as well where you can create, people just, have is all kinds of things are making money on YouTube. And we cover the different areas of this also in the course, right? So yeah, we talk about prompt engineering, how you can engineer the prompts better and start to earn something. We cover a whole lot more tools during the course as well. So hey, you can grab it right now and then you'll be on your way to start earning significantly from AI as well. I'm so excited that you guys joined in from affiliate marketing and all whatnot. I'm going to share the link of the course right now here with you guys. Let's see. Let me see if it's on CubeLearn, essentially. AI Money. I think it's in CubeLearn and AI Money. I'll just share that and you can see that and you can get it right now. I'm not sure where it is, but I'll find it. So for those of you who are asking for the link right now, we have that here. I'll post it up in the group as well. It's just CubeLearn.ai Money, and you can get access to it right away. Right, and join the community of people who are also there. So there it is. There's a link for you. All right, so guys, thank you so much for being part of this. I'm so excited to have you here. The replay of this is also going to be available, but as I said, the replay is not free. For those who want the replay, you can also get access to that for, I think it's 10,000 or so, whatever the case. I'm not sure what the team put the price on, right? But for those of you who are going to get it fast and first, I think you can get it for half that price, right? For others, we are not joking. So there's a lot of value we've shared. I imagine if we share this much value, imagine what to come. There's a whole lot of things I couldn't even share. There's a whole lot of perspective that I couldn't even share. But I'm happy that I was able to open up your minds to see what was possible. I told you guys that, listen, even if it's earning an extra $500 from doing the bare minimum, it's worth it, right? And we can show you how to do that, right? Even if it's earning another thousand, and you can scale that up. There's no limit to how much you can do this. You can scale. There's so many business opportunities and business ideas that we have, even to printing shirts, right? There are tons of things you can do, tons of merches you can create, and all whatnot. So I'm super excited that you guys take some time out to be here, and I am super exhausted. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. So hey, for the final time, for those of you who want to get access right now, the course is available for you at cubelearn.com. CubeLearn is our edtech platform, and we have all the courses there as well. But for now, you can gain relevant skills with limitless learning opportunities, and we offer one-on-ones, right? So this is the AI course right here, right now. You can get access to it. There's also the financial trading course. So those of you who activate right now, you will get your discounts available, and then we can take you into a deeper dive into how you can typically make money off some of this. So it's easy. Just go on the website, click on Start Now, and then you'll be brought here, and then you just click on Join the Wait List, and then you can be on your way to make payments, and you'll be done, and you'll be on your way to join the community. So there's a community we're going to be in. We're going to be, dropping ideas off, and for some of you also, I'll be helping you with. For some of the paid software that I have as well, some of you would have access to using some of that once you are on the course as well. So these are the terms and conditions. As the course launches properly, all those prices will go up ×3. And so you can also pay with your cards, you can pay with your local bank transfer, and you can also pay with cryptocurrency. So yeah, there you have it. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time. It was such a great time hanging out with you guys. It says if I pay now, yes, if you pay now, you get a discount. If you pay now, you get a discount of 10%, right? I think some people have already started to pay, but we don't. Once they're up to 10 people, I think there are about 4 more slots to go. Once they're up to 10 people, then that discount is over. It goes back to 50K. For those who pay now, it's 45K. There's a 5K discount off of it, right? For those who pay right now, it's 45K. For those who pay later, it's 50K. For those who pay once we launch on the first, it's 150K. So the ball is in your court, and trust me, it's a deep dive into what we cover because I designed it myself, so I do know what we shared there, right? There's a whole lot of value that is shared. That you can go through this page as well. You can see some of the information we have there, understanding the fundamentals of AI, starting a business, creating AI-based products and services. There are over 50 different products you can create and services you can offer, and start selling them in Nigeria right now and start earning in dollars, right? Monetizing artificial intelligence, scaling up your business, the future of what AI can do. Listen, Auto GPT is scary, and we couldn't even touch that today, right? Auto GPT is absolutely scary. So yeah, you can do this. Hurry up right now and get access to it, and we will be glad to have you as part of the community. And you can also go through some of the courses on our website as well. So thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much. So guys, we will see you. We're going to be having these webinars every now and then. And please do also follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel right now. If you haven't subscribed yet, you can subscribe to the channel right now. And then also, please, keep your eyes peeled to our social media platforms for more offers and much more learning experiences, as we typically like to expose you to value every single time you come in contact with any of our resources or materials as well. So thank you, gentlemen. I will see you guys later. So hey, for those of you join, you're going to have a one-on-one with me, question and answer as well, just before we launch. So yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Josh. Thank you. It's a gut thing. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, everyone who was part of this. Thank you, Solomon. I'll see you guys in our next, in our next installation of this